Hello there, my name is Jana and I'm filming this video from wintry, snowy Helsinki, Finland. I hope you are having a great day wherever you are. Thank you for coming to this channel and watching this video. I appreciate it. Please put your thumbs up, subscribe, you know, the usuals. I decided to come back to my YouTube channel quickly and say hi because I just need to get back into the mood of filming again. And with this one, I wanted to do a little bit of a random mashup video, doing my makeup, getting ready and chatting about the products I'm using. Today it's mostly Lisa Eldridge, so it's gonna be almost full face of Lisa Eldridge. This is not an affiliated video, I just feel strongly for her makeup and I love the products, disclaimer. And also I wanted to chat a little bit about the book that I initially wanted to review in my books and makeup series, but it just was put aside. And so I will just quickly try to shape into the words the reasons that stood in the way of its review, and yeah, still probably give a quick overview, quick background about the book that I was inspired by so much. But yeah, let's get into it. So yeah, for foundation I will be using today Seamless Skin by Lisa Eldridge. This is my all-time favorite foundation because I have a combo skin with an oily T-zone, and this is perfect even during the winter when, you know, the T-zone doesn't feel as oily as for example during summer, but still I can get conscious about the oil. So it really keeps the shine and the oil at bay at all times. At the same time, you know, it doesn't feel like a mask on my skin. So it almost feels that the skin is breathing and it's more or less naturally there. So the star of the look today will be the eyeshadow palette that I'm gonna use again from Lisa Eldridge. I ordered her palette from the holiday collection. This one is Vega, and I just got enchanted by the 90s soft glam vibes. It also has cool toned eyeshadows, which I'm a big fan of, and it's a rarity to find good cool toned eyeshadow, so I'm living for it. Lisa herself says that the Vega palette was inspired by the graphical art and the sort of endless eternal nature of Galaxy, and you can trace the references for sure in this. And for example, the luminous shade, which is the bottom middle one, is called Supernova. It's a sparkle on the eyelid. It is fantastic and I'm living for it for sure. And I start with just the French grey shadow, and the big plus of this palette and this formula of eyeshadows, this is, I think, velvet shade. She has velvet and seamless mattes, which I don't really feel much of a difference on the eyelid, but they're super blendable. They're like the easiest I've tried. They can be blended even with a finger, and it's just massive. I think that's astonishing. But yeah, and the colors really blend nicely into the skin, and I think it is, as I said, not very often you can find a good formula and a good color story for the cool toned eyeshadows, so you should grab one if you see, especially with this quality. But yeah, so coming back to the review and the book, I will quickly talk through while I'm doing this makeup. I've read this amazing book by Dina Rubina called On the Sunny Side of the Street. It is originally written in Russian. The author writes most of her books in Russian. She lives in Israel, and she is an amazing author all in all. It's not her first book I'm reading, and I'm always not disappointed. With this one though, initially I was very excited to make a review again, as I said, and I was, oh, definitely it will work out for sure for this series. But then first of all, I did not find any reliable information on whether it has a translation into English or not. I know for a fact that Dina is quite a translatable author into English, and quite a handful of her books has been translated into English, but I'm not really sure if that one particularly has had. Then I got a whole dilemma of whether I should review books that I read in Russian and then review them in Russian, or should I kind of like customize that upon each case and decide, and whether or not. Anyway, it's got a big question mark in my head, and that's probably some, you know, subjective quiz I'm solving within myself. But anyway, the worst part that I stumbled upon was that when I started thinking and trying to shape into words my feelings and my impressions from the book, it turned out that it is quite hard to do that with this particular book. It's so vivid, it's filled with very vibrant fragrances and sounds and noises and smells. It is actually a painting with so many layers in it that I just started failing miserably at shaping all of this into my own words for the review. I couldn't say it better than the author did, nor that I really tried to, but anyway, everything that I tried to review meticulously and in detail really failed in comparison to how great the book is. And then I just probably understood within myself that I felt very much personally attached to the book, and that was causing the inability of translating it into my own words for a review. The book really is a time capsule of the Soviet times, post-war Soviet reality. It is a saga about one particular family, but in a way it is a saga about all families who lived in the Soviet Union post-war, be that in Russia or in other republics. So this book, for example, is set in Uzbekistan, in its capital Tashkent, and I really felt as if I was reading about my family, or the realities that the past generations of my families were going through. I'm not sure, and I can't say 100% sure if that is true, if that's the case, but at least that's what I was getting at. Moreover, because it is a time capsule of the history of my country, my motherland has, it can very much be extended into a commentary on today's reality. How did we end up in where we ended up? It's all in there, you know, the forgotten past, or the past that, you know, a lot of people are trying to deny or try to ignore it, try to stay oblivious to. It's not really possible, but, you know, we all know and we all see it very vividly how many people are trying to. And probably that's even more painful, to go with the characters through all these events that ultimately are causing the time flow that we are witnessing currently, and seeing how different it could have been, how different of a society, how different of a setting, how different of an environment we could have been created, past generations could have created, but, you know, ultimately we all failed at. It just got very personal again, and very painful, and very emotional, an emotional and personal journey for me. Even when I'm now saying all of this, I don't think that it makes much sense, so I'm already feeling that I'm failing already at a quick overview of the book. So what I was getting at is that even in this quick overview, I feel like I'm already failing at delivering and conveying my thoughts comprehensively. So already a bigger and more profound, more detailed review would probably be as clumsy as it can get, really. So if anyone trusts my opinion, I would just recommend to take a book and to read it, especially for the Russian-speaking audience. This is, I think, a real finding and a real, you know, treasure that can't be overseen. And yeah, and hopefully either there will be a translation into English, or just people get curious about that one and find more about the author and read more of her books, because I don't think that that particular beauty of writing and beauty of literature can be found only in that one book of hers. Yes, so here you can see the finished eye look with the mascara on. I really love the sparkle, as I said, but I also love the combo of greys and nudes and the blue one. I'm not really big on blue eyeshadows myself, but with this one I think it's such an intricate color and very interesting. Toned down, a little bit of a navy blue, but darker and more sophisticated, if it makes sense. So it makes it more interesting and wearable, and I think it fits also the blue eyes. I like it. Overall, amazing impression of the palette. And I have a number of colorful palettes, so I wasn't very much sold on the Sorcery or the Myth palette by Lisa Eldridge, although they look stunning and amazing as well. But this one somehow really got my attention, as I said, because of the cool tone color story, and also that supermodel 90s vibes that I'm getting from it, and I'm all in for it. And to finish the look, I will use Lisa Eldridge lipstick, her legendary lipstick. I also wanted to buy Sorcery lipstick together with the eyeshadow palette from her holiday collection. It got sold out so quickly. I was late to the party. Hopefully now it's going to be restocked in 2023. I'm fascinated, of course, by how Lisa creates all the red lipsticks. I'm not also big on red lipsticks, to be honest. I love seeing them on other people most of the time, but not really so much in myself. And this is Velvet Blush Lightly, which I like because it's a very again toned down pinkish, reddish, coralish lipstick with a slight touch of brown, I think, or at least it turns out like that on my skin and on my undertones. And I also like the effect of a little bit kissed lips that you can create with this lipstick if you go with the brush and apply it on your lips. So I will do that now for my party, for my Christmas party. Let's be honest, I don't fail miserably at all the books that I attempt to review. At least I hope so. I like to think so. So that was a really delicate matter, and a very, yeah, I think the core reason is that it turned too personal for me, and I got too attached to it, and I couldn't really form my review in the best words I would imagine it should be told through. And my inner perfectionist just criticized everything and didn't let me to proceed. But I will think still about other books, about other reviews and formats, and hopefully I will come back in the new year with more reviews and with more fun makeups and looks and whatnot. This is the finished look. almost the full face of Lisa Eldridge makeup, as I said. I didn't go with any highlighter or blush. I know it is a crime and it should be persecuted, but sorry, I wanted to focus only on Lisa Eldridge's products this time. I will still add a few things, of course, before going out. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and apologies if it did turn into rambling about the book. I hope still to review more books as the time turns a new page and we get a new chapter in 2023. And yeah, let's see just what, you know, the new year brings us, and let's enjoy the ride. I do hope that you enjoyed this ride, and please support the video if you liked it.